Hey, good evening, Rashid. Thanks a lot for joining. Welcome to my channel. So, can we start with a short introduction from you?
Yeah, my name is Rashid Latif. I'm living in London, and currently I have completed my AWS Solution Architect Associate exam, and I'm working towards that.
Okay. From your LinkedIn profile, as I can see, you have been working as a photographer for quite some time.
Yes, I came to UK in 2002 from Pakistan,
Okay.
and my father-in-law gave me a wedding gift, a camera.
Oh,
So then I decided to start photography that time. So I think about 20 years, almost 19, 20 years, I worked as a professional photographer in fashion and commercial side. And the last 5 years, I was working as a corporate photographer as well. This year in January, I had a very bad COVID,
oh,
and um, I was almost died. The Because of the COVID, was very heavy reaction on my lungs, and then doctor advised me you cannot take any heavy lifting after when you recover from here, so at least for 2 years.
okay.
And there was I need to decide which way I should go because obviously you could not stop working at all. So because I had a IT background in past, I used to work as a web developer before I started photography. So I decided to go towards IT and start looking something which can benefit me for the future. That time when I was searching, obviously this pandemic changed the world, and everything basically going towards cloud. So there was advertisement I saw on my LinkedIn account about AWS Solution Architect exam, and I started researching while I was sitting, in the hospital. And then when I came back home after 15, 20 days, I start, learning AWS. And that time where I decided finally I need to do solution architect. And this is what the future is.
So, after a gap of 20 years, you're back into tech and
It is, yes. It's a
wow.
very long 20 years.
Oh, and you still remember stuff or you've forgotten everything?
I used to design, and being a photographer, you use tools like Photoshop and
Yeah.
Illustrator for your own business as well. So I mean, I never, I say I would not say that I would out of touch. I was kept in line,
Okay.
doing my own websites, my own
Okay.
designing and advertising for my own business. So
Okay.
I wasn't completely out of touch.
Okay. So, when you got back, you decided you wanted AWS. Like,
Yes,
among a
yes.
lot of things, how did you choose AWS?
Sorry.
Among there's a wide range of a variety of things that are variety of domains that are available today in IT industry. How did you choose
Yes,
AWS?
because my mind and during this business, the photography business, I was very involved with people. And solution architect job is a very customer facing job.
Okay,
You design the solutions for customer. You get approved those solution through customers. Obviously, your businesses and other people, right? So this is very customer focusing job. And my past experience was very customer focused as well. So I thought, I mean, rather than going towards DevOps side or networking side, I should keep myself stay in which I can do best,
okay,
for myself. So that's why I stay in solution architect side.
okay, great. So, are you working on something today or uh,
Yes, basically we started, about 8 months ago, 8 9 months ago. So at the moment, I'm providing freelance solutions to the small companies,
oh,
and as well as my own stuff and deploying services to AWS cloud.
okay,
So mostly very small companies to build up my portfolio and my commercial experience. Because I mean, no matter how much knowledge you have, how much certification you have, if you don't have the commercial experience, you won't get any job.
true.
So this is very simple. Nobody will trust you. Obviously, how can anybody trust you without having any commercial experience? So I'm working towards my commercial experience at the moment.
Okay. So, how do you get these clients?
I've got a very good connection, through my past 20 years corporate work.
Okay.
So it's a word to mouth stuff. I mean, I was getting in touch with them and asking them how they is doing their cloud services, their deployments. So they will take advice. They will take guidance how they can deploy their services to cloud. So this is how, I mean, I'm basically figuring out which way and which clients I need to go for.
Okay. I'm sure it must be a major culture shock being a photographer out in the open. Now you're locking yourself in front of your laptop. Is it a culture shock or is the same world?
I think it's the same word,
The same
because
world.
the thing is, in photography you think too much creativity, right? Decide something what you need to be. It's a completely blank canvas where you start painting through lights. So solution architect is the same thing. I mean, there's a
Okay.
complete blank canvas when
Yeah.
you start designing and thinking about the design of infrastructure over this is all virtual.
Yeah.
There's no physical environment there. It's completely virtual environment. So you need to convince yourself to the design and that creativity which you thinking about the customer. So I think the solution coming up is the same thing.
Okay.
The problems all comes up. You need to evaluate their problems. You need to see, what problem they are facing, and then you need to work around their budget and their in the requirements. So I think it's the same thing. It's not much difference.
Okay. It's just the tool has changed. The creativity is still the same.
Creativity is the same. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So which was your first project when you started your technical career?
I've just finished one project which took me about 2.5 months,
Okay.
and there's a company in Modern in London. It's a law firm,
Okay.
and they have a very large amount of archiving system which they want to take it over to the AWS cloud. The only problem they were facing that they cannot hold back connection to the storage system. So we need to they have no the basic requirement is they do not want any downtime,
Yeah.
because they need to use this the system very regularly. So what I have done, I designed a solution in which they can move all their storage services to AWS without any downtime.
Okay.
So they will not facing any downtime and no connectivity error. So they still syncing all their data to the cloud.
Okay.
So we just finished about a week ago for 2 months contract.
Okay. Right. So working for a legal firm, I'm sure must be some compliances as well. You had to learn.
Yeah, obviously law firm. So you need to look after the compliances issues. Obviously, they cannot move all the files to other regions. They cannot move out to the country. There are some obviously connection we need to build up with their own data centers, because
Mm.
they have their own system in their own premises, which we can completely cannot switch off completely because of the compliance and security issues. So we need to make a connectivity from
Okay.
on premises and the AWS side. So
Okay.
which was good experience, because it was giving me a sense of development within myself.
Okay. So, like, this is a very classic case that after 20 years of career in photography, somebody moving into AWS solution architecture. And a lot of people want to do this, but something that holds them back. That maybe I won't be able to do it. Or, like, did you have these doubts?
Y- I always believe one thing, that you always enjoy what the job when you got something you like it. Like, I mean, when I used to do photography, I still like photography a lot, because photography, obviously, it's a very creative. I like to take the picture of people faces. Need to capture their emotions. Then obviously, IT it wasn't out from my reach as well, because I started when I started after my school career. I started doing the short courses in Pakistan for web development, networking, and all these things. People do many things after in their school life, different short courses for their curriculum activities. So I need to choose something to do for the future, because I cannot do much in photography after this COVID incident. And I like IT a lot. I mean, I worked I in IT as well before starting photography. So I thought, I mean, it wasn't out of my reach. I mean, if and
Okay.
I will enjoy when I start doing it. AWS, start learning and getting training and towards my certification as well. I was quite enjoyed a lot. I saw so much uh, challenging things, coming up. Obviously, because when something when you're working virtually and there's no physical thing involved, then some problem comes. It's very give you some more experience. When you find out some difficulties in solving problems. So I like that thing. I mean, my the personal behavior, it's towards more solving problems and showing my creativity. So which I think helps me to enjoy this position a lot.
Okay. So uh, the 20 years of your experience as a photographer, I'm sure the lot that you carry into your current job as well. So,
Yeah, of course. I mean, when you, as I said, the solution architect role is a customer facing role, and I've been doing customer facing for 20 years, in my
okay.
own profession, photography, were completely for customer facing. So
Okay.
involving different people every time on different projects. So I like quite a lot. I mean, I
Okay.
see people, involving with people, working in a team, making a team, and making decisions. So which is I liked a lot. So it wasn't very hard for me to move from
Okay.
photography to solution architect.
Okay. So, like, what is the way forward you feel like you will want to focus and go deeper into AWS, or you will maybe increase your portfolio by going to Google or any other things? What is, how do you think?
You know, to be very honest, when at the moment AWS got the very heavy, the cloud market. I think they got 52% now. But again, the solutions for the customers sometimes become very difficult, and you need to provide a better solution for them. It's not about completely AWS. It's a cloud architecture. So there are obviously big few more companies like Google and Microsoft there as well, which providing very great services, no doubt. AWS working very hard. They are evolving. The one of the best cloud providers at the moment. Their services are amazing. I mean, I'm very passionate about AWS because their services are amazing. They're very cost optimized, and some services are which you cannot find in Google and Microsoft as well. But my aim is to learn at least multi-cloud environment. I'm working towards Azure at the moment
Okay.
as a cloud architect, and then I will start doing GCP as well. Yes, when it comes to security, I think it's a better option to design some solutions with the multi-cloud system rather than sticking to one place, because it will strengthen you in security as well. But the at the moment, because it's a very new, I'm just under 1 year with this system. So I'm keeping my strength in AWS at the moment. I'm trying to learn more as a solution architect side, and security obviously is very important when you're designing something. For some people, I think the two things are very important, which is one is security and one is performance efficiency. And for these reasons, I'm basically learning the network and security specialty at the moment. And then when I have complete this task, then I will go towards Azure and Microsoft as well
Okay.
to gain some knowledge towards multi-cloud system.
Okay. You said you have just completed one project. Like, how long did it take from the day you decided that you want to get into IT to the day that you got your first project? How much time was that?
Coming into IT,
Yeah, when you decided someday that
like
okay
I mean,
now,
when I decided when I need to start work in IT, or
like your doctor told you that now photography has to be slowed down, and you decided that okay now I'll take up an IT career.
instantly. It was
And
a few seconds.
okay, and after that, how many days did it take to get your first project?
Oh yes, when I released from hospital in January 23rd,
Okay.
and I think in the first project which I did for week and a half, I got this in June, end of June,
Oh,
so not too long.
okay. So in that time, you had already completed your basic study, and you knew enough
Basic
to do a
studies,
project,
yes.
and you knew
Yes,
enough to do a
yes,
project.
I completed my basic studies within that time, and then this project helped me a lot to learn a few more services, which obviously, when you're designing something, you cannot do it like that. I mean, you need to learn, you need to find out which service is best
Mm,
for cost optimization or for future performance excellency or availability or redundancy. You need to see all the factors which help customers to secure more of their data and their services. So when you learn alongside, it gives you more experience as well. So yes, and then obviously I passed my certification just a week 2 weeks ago.
oh wow, it's cool. So all your projects you got before your certification. You
Before my certification,
you
yes.
could convince them without a certificate.
Yes, I did.
Wow.
Because yeah, because my connections in corporate
Okay.
industry, obviously over 20 years.
Wow.
So I work with them. They trust me that, I mean, I can work. If I say something, then it means I am convinced myself. You need to convince yourself first
Yeah.
before you need to convince other.
Okay.
So when I can convince myself, I can convince others as well.
That's great. Because most of the people go take a certification only because they want a stamp from Amazon so that they can convince others. You could do it
My
without that.
theory is a bit different. My theory is different. I mean, my theory is you don't certifications, degrees. They are just a piece of paper. To be very
Mhm.
honest, I saw so many people every day. They have so many certifications and they're still driving taxis. It's not that, I mean they like to take certifications and they don't want to work. Some
Mhm.
people have passion to pass certifications. Some have passion to work. So I always say the degrees and certifications, they're all necessary. I'm not saying that they are not necessary. They are necessary, but they're just piece of paper. If you don't know how to work, then it's useless. These certifications are useless. So I always think, I mean, you need to work before get these certifications. These are not formal education. I mean, we have done formal education. We have completed the age where I am right now. I'm 41, right? So I need. I have done a lot in my life. Over 20 years, 25 years experience I have in different field, mostly in photography, obviously. So I have seen many things in my life. So certification, I thought training is necessary. I have completed my training, hands-on experience as well, some labs. There are few people who helped me a lot, completing my training, and then I decided to start working alongside before attempt any certification. When I have done these two projects, it boosts me up, my confidence, so I can go and pass the certification. And the first time I did it first time and I've done it.
Okay. That's nice. So you plan to take more certifications or that's enough?
Sorry.
You plan to take more certifications or that's enough?
Oh yes, yes, yes. Not now.
Okay.
Obviously, I don't know. I mean, I think there was no expiry date 2 years back or 3 years back. Now every certification, wherever
Yeah.
you go, they all comes with 3 years or 5 years expiry date.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking to do some big project first. Either in a job phase or freelance, whichever suits me. And after a year or 2 years time, then I will go for other certification as well.
Okay.
If I do it now, there's no problem. I mean, I can attempt, and I probably pass the certification as well. The only thing I am thinking right now that it's only take 3 years. After 3 years, my this certification will expire.
Yeah.
So if I do it after 2 years, then I still have 2 years for my other
Yeah.
certification to expire.
Okay.
So it's better to take some time and do some work and then do the other certification, because if I do it all the certification now, they
All of
all
them will
expire in three
expire.
years. They all expire in 3 years.
Yeah. That's cool. So how would you advise somebody who is just out of college? He asks you for a career advice. What would be the most important point you'd say?
First thing, very important, complete their education. Do not leave school. After school, start doing any shortcuts. Shortcuts sometimes are good, but for long term, it's never good. So the basic education is very important. If yes, no doubt, technology is the future. I mean, you cannot go anywhere without this technology. So the formal education, they need to pass their, obviously, intermediate or whatever college education, and then go to university, choose either computer science or whatever they like. If they want to come to the technology side, then obviously, computer science or big data science, such a data scientist or something, they need to take on their normal education, complete that, and then come towards technology side. Never leave. Yes, for those people who already completed their education and they want to come towards data science, then this is very easy. It's not hard. It's a common sense, to work towards technology. It's not very hard. It's not a rocket science. In the same time, if you like it, if you don't like it, then don't force yourself, because um, it will become a burden on you. I mean, anything which you do not convince yourself or you don't like it, it will become burden. Some people, they enjoy for good money. They motivate money, give them a motivation. And no doubt, I mean, in technology, you can earn a hell of a money. I mean, I saw one of my friend. He's a data scientist in AWS, and he's earning about 1,500 pound a day.
Wow.
So money always excites you a lot, but some people work for satisfaction. Their productivity, their their own satisfaction. So it depends. I mean, if you really like technology, then their technology is best field at the moment. And if you don't like it, then you need to decide which thing is best, because technology is not stop towards cloud side. There are many other things which technology is involved. If you go towards data science, you go towards manufacturing, like anything. You go towards, even in photography, technology is very advanced. You've got
Mm,
different cameras, different lenses coming every single day. So technology is not stopped anyway. It's developing.
that's cool. It's really nice talking to you. You have given very good pointers for newcomers. Your own journey is really inspiration for many. Like, and having spent 20 years in one domain, you just drastically switched over to the other, and you're still as happy as you could be. It's really
Oh
nice.
yes, yes, definitely, yes. I am very happy. The life teaches you a lot. I mean, sometimes you feel that one thing is a stop your life, but you don't know when the next thing starts immediately after. And I was very depressed the first day when doctor said it's very hard for you to survive after 24 hours.
So,
And then I was thinking, it will become hard for my family as well to digest this thing. But when I come out, and they said, I mean, you cannot do your work as you used to be, then I need to decide, I need to do something. And that time, I think I took a very best decision to come towards technology because I like technology a lot. And when you like something, you work hard towards that thing, and it will become easy for you to understand and working on. So if you don't like something, then obviously you will struggle. You find it difficult to digest and understand. But when you like, then it's fine. It's become easy for you.
It's really great. Let's hope you recover fully and can get back to your passion, at least
Thank
as a
you.
hobby.
Thank you. Thank
See,
you. Oh
thanks
no,
a
yes,
lot.
definitely.
Yeah,
I'm not leaving photography
yeah.
as a hobby. Obviously, I travel a lot. I
Okay.
will take some travel photography, street photography. I'm still doing it.
Oh wow.
Portraits, portraits. I always do. I like it, and I always take portraits.
Okay. So you have some portfolio on Behance or something?
Yes, I have. Yes. I think if you go to the my LinkedIn account, there is a my
Okay.
website there. So
Okay.
when you go to my website, you will find. Uh, I hope you like
Okay.
it.
I'll pick those links from there.
Yes.
Yeah. Great. Thank you. Thanks a lot again. It was nice talking
Thank
to
you,
you.
time, Vikas. Thanks for your time.